Getting in shape boils down pretty much to two words: productive sacrifices. Think about training in the gym, one of the major activities that should help you to get in shape. When you do it, you basically go and sacrifice comfort to get a better body, to build muscle. And as you do it consistently, as you make this sacrifice, this productive sacrifice consistently, you build muscle, which makes you more jacked. Another example for productive sacrifice can be sacrificing your current desire to eat food for the goal of losing weight, to consume less calories overall. The problem is that most people don't fully realize that sacrifices are the things that actually give results. Think about it. Everything basically boils down to sacrificing one thing for the other. Training instead of sitting on bed, eating dead food instead of dead food. It all boils down basically to making sacrifices consistently. The problem is that most people don't fully comprehend this truth, and they don't act in accordance to it, and they don't realize that the sacrifices are worth it, and because of that, they don't see great results. Now, I need you to realize one thing: not all sacrifices were made the same. Some sacrifices are just borderline idiotic. For example, not consuming protein at all because you think it will damage your kidneys for the goal of building muscle is just idiotic. It is moronic. And that is the thing. Not all sacrifices were made the same. If your goal is to build muscle and lose body fat, to basically get in what most people consider a good shape, you should not prioritize cardio to the same degree as resistance training. And that is the thing. It's not just about realizing these sacrifices are worth it, that by making them you will get in an amazing shape. It's also realizing that you should actually make the right sacrifices that suit your lifestyle, so you can both maintain making them consistently while having a good life, while enjoying life basically. And you do that by making sure that you don't make too many of them, and you don't make too many unnecessary ones of them. Now, before I go over the main sacrifices that yield most results that you probably know about, I will not sit here and lie, I want to go over the concept of diminishing results. When we do one thing too much, it becomes unproductive. In most things that get us in better shape, doing them too much yields diminishing results, and in some cases just causes us to regress. For example, training too much, which is something that not a lot of people do, causes regression when it comes to muscle growth. Most people who will train too much lose muscle mass. Training too much is pretty hard to get to, and most people will fail mentally before getting to that point, but that's just to convey the point that diminishing results exist. And here is the thing: because of the fact that doing too much of one thing yields less results, and in most things that gets us in better shape, there is a certain curve of diminishing results. In protein intake, if you consume 1 gram per pound of body weight, you will get amazing results, but if you will eat 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, you will also get amazing results. Basically, the benefit between 0.6 to 0.8 and 0.8 to 1 is not the same. The benefit between 0.6 to 0.8 is much bigger. And it is the same thing with training, with volume. Of course, more volume yields to more growth, but in general, there is a certain curve of diminishing results. Because of that fact, you can see a lot of results from the first few sacrifices that were made in the right endeavors that get you in shape. These are the ones. So there are basically 3 aspects to getting in shape. The first one is diet. It is basically your body composition. If you have too much fat mass, no matter what your muscle mass will be, you will not be in what most people consider a good shape. If your body fat percentage is 40 and your muscle mass is very high and you just weigh a lot, by most people's standards, you are probably not in good shape, especially if you're natural. On the other side, if your body fat is 12 and your muscle mass is low, you're still not in a good shape. And that gets us to the 2 other aspects. So diet comes down to body composition, but also to recovery, because diet affects recovery to a great extent. And that's the second thing. It is recovery. And with the third thing, it is building muscle. The third thing is resistance training. So the main sacrifices are, when it comes to diet, protein intake for recovery, and calories for body composition. For recovery, another thing is sleep, which is the ultimate recovery activity. And then there is resistance training, which what causes you to build muscle, and cardio, which cardio is great, it is amazing. A lot of people should do it, and most people should do it in my opinion, but it's not as necessary as the other things for building muscle and having a low body fat percentage. It helps for sure, but it's not necessary. So these are the main sacrifices. The main sacrifices are to consume enough protein per day to meet your calorie goals on most days, to sleep more than 7 hours each and every night on most nights, and to implement a resistance training plan into your life. By making these sacrifices consistently, you will get in a better shape than most people. Just imagine yourself walking in the street and just feeling good about your body because you know you have made these sacrifices and you have achieved the body that you currently have and you are proud of it. That's the kind of thing that you will feel after making them for a few months and even a few years. I won't sit here and tell you that it will take only a week or only a month because it takes more time, but it's absolutely worth it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe, and if you want to get a free course on how to get in shape, you can check out the link in the description. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.